publisher's called again. Let me know what you want me to tell him.
I got road dirt in my face. Just camels on the side of the street. If I get attacked by a camel, that would be terrible. That's crazy.
As far as the weight loss is concerned, it's all on point. It's all going well.
It's the way to go work out.
We are tracking around about 1 pound a week. So he's in a great frame of mind at the moment, and I think he's really enjoying it.
This is fantastic. We gotta mix it up, you know what I mean? So it's fine. Dubai is a very bike-friendly city, Jazz. I love this town. Can I have everyone's attention? Welcome to Skydive Dubai. Who's up first? Yeah!
As a child, I would disappear into my imagination.
Any questions from the champion? Any questions from the challenger? Let's get it on!
This constant stream of images and colors and ideas were as real to me as real life. Sometimes even more so. Living in your own little world with your own rules can be an advantage sometimes. I can make my mind believe anything. I was able to cultivate an almost delusional level of confidence. As an adult, I realized that my imagination is my gift. And when it merges with my work ethic, I can make money rain from the heavens.
Last out, first down. That's how I do it. On the ground, son!
Yeah, that's gangster. That's gangster. Thank you, man.
There you go.
I'm inspired to create when I live on the edge of my capacity and capabilities, right? So I like to do things right now. Let's start today. While we're rapping about it, let's be about it.
On the helipad, because we hella bad.
Will has the classic work hard, play hard mindset. A lot of his professional success, at least, could be traced to some of that. But this behavior is actually an example of what we refer to as a manic defense.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yin. Movie star, rule number 15. Never film a movie star when he's abusing his staff, unless it's funny. Then shoot it and circulate it amongst the crew.
The biggest challenge with Will is he's always taking on hundreds of different things at once. You only have 24 hours in a day.
So you plan on getting in the best shape
The best
of your
shape
life?
of my life at 52. Why do you do 2 gloves?
I just do.
Good answer. Movie star rule number 12. Never go faster than the movie star.
How's everything?
Man, it is all beautiful.
You cut weight?
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, you cut weight. In my old professional career, when I check, I cut almost 800 kilo.
That's crazy.
If you need cutting weight, just
I know, yeah, exactly.
That manic defense, it's like having a crutch. And I think he almost needs to be set up into impossible tasks to be able to push himself to excellence. There's a real seduction to it, but there's also a real danger.
Big shots. Let's go. Cut.
Feels like Will's really feeling his days lately.
3, 2, 1, time.
Doesn't ever seem to sit down.
Hey, Will, just checking in on those chapters. Let me know. Bye.
I don't know how y'all don't know what it is by now. Because how many weeks do we have to be together before y'all can know what it is?
Becoming famous is about as much fun as the material world has to offer. In 1989, I was at the top of the mountain, so I purchased my first mansion. I flew 10 of my friends from Philly to Atlanta. As always, I had Charlie Mack by my side, and I closed down the Gucci store. Whatever y'all want, I got it, I said, slinging my Amex down on the counter.
These movie star rules, just so you know, are ironclad and unchangeable, and they've been around for centuries.
The book is an emotionally and physically exhausting exercise. Each chapter deals with a dominant emotion he's grappled with during different phases of his life. To do this is definitely going to take a psychological toll on Will. The thing is, Will, as a child, created a rich, imaginary world that ultimately we all got invited into through theater. And if that's how a person gets through childhood, you can easily see how that blurring between a real world and an imaginary world not only becomes a way to cope, but it could also become a way to escape.
Our minds are story machines. The functioning of our brain is narrative. Setting our goals and what we're going to go for and how we're going to achieve it is based on the story we tell ourselves. Our mind needs a story.
58.
Yep.
How you feeling, man?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Oh, bien, gracias.
Just hot today.
Yeah.
That's the thing, we're starting later. But it's pretty hot out there.
It is. This
And
feels...
when you come up this side, you run directly into the sun.
It might sound strange coming from a trainer, but you really have to keep a close eye on him in terms of pushing too hard. He, at times, can function like a racehorse in which, you know, he'll just keep going until he dies or gets injured. You went for a run.
I went for a run.
At 3 a.m.?
At 3 a.m.
We actually organised a step challenge, so there's 8 of us that are going head-to-head in a step challenge. There's a little bit of insanity that I wouldn't say crept in, it actually exploded in.
That next Friday, we were off to the Bahamas. Jeff had heard of a famous recording studio in Nassau.
Do you know we landed in the Bahamas and we landed and raced the whole island?
Yeah, somebody said it was 2.5 hours to jog the whole island. And I was like, oh, I can do it in less than that. And Charlie's like, well, I can do it in less than that. And right off the plane, a challenge to run the whole island. So I was like, whenever you stop, I'm doing a mile more than that.
Right.
So just
Period.
know.
Right.
And he tapped out at 12 miles, and I ran 13. I just feel like human beings excel more easily and more effectively in groups.
429, set the best time, Jazz, go!
The fight camp mentality is the way that my mind excels.
5 seconds, Jazz, go! 4, 3, 2.
8:46, there you go,
man.
Jan.
There you go, Jan.
Everyone just collapsed.
That's great.
I'm always looking to put together the tribe that is going to go on this mission together.
How many reps you doing, Scotty?
Doing the full 8.
The full 8, okay, cool. Almost went for the 10. 9, that was 9.
Come on, I'm gonna help you with the set. Help you with the set.
Yeah, get his shit off camera.
And then I'll put it back when I gotta put it back.
got over 30,000 steps, I think 32, 33. Just to put that in perspective, I ran a marathon with less steps than what he did yesterday.
I'm gonna get as close to death as I can tonight on the treadmill.
You give someone a Fitbit that changes them, I'm telling you. You got to be careful though, mate.
I know, yeah, I'm definitely doing too much.
Yeah, because you're going to fatigue yourself really quick and we're going to be out of action.
We're gonna be out of action, yeah. I'm gonna just pass him one more time tonight at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You got to understand.
So what's happening?
I've had a hamstring issue. Now I'm about to get my ass shocked.
Hey.
Whoa. Will, how was rehab?
Well, I can't run in the morning, and I talked all that crap, and then I don't get to trade tomorrow. But it's 24 hours, so I'll run tomorrow night.
Our first full studio session, day 9 in the Bahamas, was more like a night in a club. Jeff was DJing while we all sat around with girls and food and drinks. Occasionally, I would get up on the mic, more performing for the crowd than trying to innovate or create new music. Me and Jeff were unfocused and out of sync.
It seems like your life is like excelling, but it's actually falling apart. Yeah. Right? It really was, right? It really was.
Hey, well, it's D. I'm getting a little worried about the deadline for the book. I think we owe the publishers like 5 chapters at this point. Give me a call.
This is the problem with feelings, right?
You sound crazy even questioning whether you should be caring about whether feelings are...
Well, feelings come in after survival.
No. You can't survive without addressing the feelings.
Not if a pit bull's chasing them. They're not going to talk to you about how they feel. They're going to want you to get that pit bull off of them.
You're just making up crazy stuff just to avoid trying to talk about the real thing.
After that first session, our manager pulled Jeff and I aside and warned us that if we didn't start recording, he was pulling the plug. You don't understand the creative process, I said. This environment, the people, all the stuff we're doing is our inspiration. Just let us do what we do and you do what you do, I said. He nodded very slowly as if to say, okay, I see how it is. 1 month and a couple $100,000 into our process, we had still not completed a single song. Our album was doomed from the start. That's enough. When I bought my first motorcycle, a blue Suzuki Katana 600, I wasn't perceiving that as a medicinal reflex.
All right, let's get it.
Nor did I connect the purchase of my custom Suburban to my feelings of inadequacy, loss, and betrayal. I didn't correlate my cravings and my generally erratic behavior with the wounded state of my heart.
That's fantastic. Oh, that's spectacular.
You okay, buddy?
The thing is, The bigger the fantasy you live, the more painful the inevitable collision with reality.
There are skin laceration.
It's like excruciating pain.
So you need stitches for sure.
The universe will slap you awake in the tune of 1,000 angry voices and will invoke a painful and divinely perfect retribution.
This is gonna be a mess.
He had a lot that he was sort of working with this week.
I'm talking! Oh, Will, can you stand over here? Can you do this? You are killing me. This shit is stupid. I'm done and I'm ready to move on with my life.